Hello everyone, this is Angel, and this is Have Faith, Let It Begin. Here we are with another episode. And I tell you, as I've been recording these vlogs, I come across so much new memories and new material that I just can't wait to, let's just say I just always find myself wanting to record and share. And that's what I'm here for. Today I want to talk about encounters with people that are rude. That's right, I said it. Rude. One of the most important things in life, they say, is that laughter is the best medicine. It's very healthy. It's very, it's joyful. It allows you to escape when things are not going the right way. And on the last episode, we talked about things that happen. But, as you battle storms each and every day, as you struggle with certain things that may come up or sidetrack you, for some of us, that hasn't happened yet. But those that are battling the storms, they may sit there and go, I was having a good day today until I ran into this person. I was having a good day until my boss did this. I was having a good day until this telemarketer or salesperson called. I was having a good day before this bill collector called me. The hardest thing that you will ever do in life is learn to forgive someone for their actions, especially when they are rude. Our God that we love so much, that loves you, our God forgives. That's what He does. He forgives. He forgives you. He forgives me. He loves you. He loves me. But it's so hard to forgive someone when they have wronged you. It is so hard to forgive someone when you feel they have hurt you to the point where they have crossed the line. I'm here to tell you, I've had many encounters that way. And I'll be honest, I'll put myself out there and say, maybe it's me. But I know, as stubborn as I can be, and some of you right now are giggling because they know me, and I can be stubborn. But as stubborn as I can be, I can always take a step back. I replay what I did or didn't do and learn that if it is my fault, I either apologize or I ask for forgiveness. I have lost so many friends to the most dumbest things you could imagine. I've lost friends to rumors, innuendos. I've lost friends due to the fact that I was, and always is, in a good mood. You're going to encounter people that may come up to you and say, my gosh, why are you always in a good mood? Why do you always see the good in people? The world is not made that way. It's made of evil. No, it's not. There's a lot of good out there, folks. There's a lot of good people. And, the old saying is, one bad apple spoils a bunch. You know what? It's time to take that one bad apple and not throw it out, but to forgive them. Let's replant the seeds so that when they grow, every season, every day, they know there's someone there that is there to nurture that is there to feed them, that is there to make their day full of sunshine. Again, this is a very hard topic because there's some people out there that just don't change. That's where prayer comes in. We're not going to just sit there and pray. And again, for the record, I'm not telling you how to pray. But we're not going to sit there and pray for this person to change. We just ask that the good Lord show them the way. Show them their guidance. Take away their suffering, their pain, their misery. But it's always important to forgive. And don't be surprised if you ask for forgiveness if they look at you and say, well, I don't forgive you. That's okay. It's still good to tell them that you forgive them. I have been hurt many times. And if you're young and listening to this show, it's part of your lesson in becoming an adult. I've had breakups, whether that's in a relationship. I've had friendships dissolve. In the business world, I was in sales. And I had situations where I would go to work. Matter of fact, I'll tell you a story right now. When I was working in Providence, Rhode Island, I worked for a nonprofit organization. And I was let go. And it was very hard because I had moved there with that company. And I found myself at loss. And you're going to hear later on in other episodes, this is not the first time I've lost my job. In this particular instance, the company was pulling out of the state. They did offer me an opportunity to move forward. But at that point in my life, I didn't feel that that was something I wanted to do, so I stayed. And I took on a new position. I was hired by an upcoming Fortune 500 company, a mortgage company. And they welcomed me with open arms. Matter of fact, the very first day I started, I went in and the entire staff greeted me in front of the front door. I've never had that happen to me. And I felt at that moment in time that I had made the right decision. I felt that I was finally at peace. As I was walking in and shaking hands and greeting people, I came across an office to which a man was sitting in. I peeked in and I waved. He looked up at me and then he looked back down and never gave me any acknowledgement. I figured, well, a lot of commotion going on. He may have been busy. Not a big deal. The next day, I walked in. As I walked down the hall, I have to walk past this particular office. Same gentleman. And I walked past and said, good morning. He did not acknowledge me. Got into my office and I just couldn't figure out why. This went on for 3 months. Some of you would be like, well, what's the point? At this point, if he doesn't want to say hi, the heck with him. No, that bothered me. Because I had no problems in this facility and I didn't even know the gentleman. Never met him. So, finally I decided that no matter what case scenario, I will always walk by, say good morning. And I walked into my office one of those days and I said, dear God, why is this gentleman acting this way toward me? What have I done? I don't even know the man. All I could do was pray. After 3 months, which I started in September, we had come across our Christmas party. And it'd be the very first time that I would meet the entire division, because we had separate buildings. I was yet again announced at the Christmas party. People greeted me very, very kindly. And at one point in the evening, I went over to grab my date a drink. Non-alcoholic, by the way. But I'm just saying. And as I was getting a drink, I felt a tap on my right shoulder. It was a young woman who I didn't recognize. And that's because she was not an employee. She was a wife of an employee. I said, I'm sorry, I don't know your name because I don't see a name tag, so you must be the wife of somebody that works here. She says, I am, and you must be Angel. And I said, I am. She says, well, I am Jim's wife. And I said, oh, Jim's wife. And I couldn't figure out who Jim was. And that's when Jim arrived with a drink for his wife. You see, Jim was the gentleman in that office. The wife looked at me and said to me in front of Jim, I am just so happy that you are there because ever since you've been there, my husband has been so excited. He says that you have brought so much joy to this office and that things have gotten better since you've arrived. I was stunned. I looked at Jim, and then I looked at her, and I said, what is your name, young lady? She said, Allison. I said, Allison, I just want to tell you that it is a true honor to work with your husband. And every morning that I walk in, do you know that as I walk past his office, he's usually the first one that greets me in the morning? Yep, I said that. Jim's eyes were, they looked at me like, whoa, can't believe he said that. I said, well, listen, I got to get back to my date. It was nice to meet you, Allison. It was great to meet you and see you again, Jim. I guess I'll see you Monday. Have a great evening. That Monday, when I arrived, I went into the office, made my left-hand turn, walked past the office, and no, Jim wasn't there. As I opened up the secondary door that leads to my office, I found Jim standing there with his hand out to greet me. That is forgiveness. That is God working. I found out later that the former boss that I replaced was very, very instrumental in being disrespectful, rude to Jim. So much that he was so stressed out that he would take his frustrations on his wife. So stressed out that he was contemplating leaving this position that he had for over 10 years. It's important to know that no matter what you do in life, your actions, whether they're made intentionally or non-intentionally, can affect somebody's life. Remember that each and every day when you go into the workforce, each and every day when you go back home, anytime you interact with anyone, you have a purpose. You are an important individual, and you need to remember that when you are right and you're rude, then you're wrong. God is good. God forgives. And God believes in you. Today I ask you to go out into the workforce, and if there's someone in there that has been wronged you, if there's somebody out there that you feel you've been rude to. Ask for your forgiveness. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Have faith. Let it begin.
Don't you see that you're